and scoot over. Hello. Okay. Hello. Okay. So we're gonna try this again. I tried this a couple days ago, and I don't know what's up with YouTube and my camera, but clearly they don't like each other. It's a sad fact, but it's true. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RZ Jones 18's newest YouTube live stream. This is where I'll be doing primarily most of my content from now on because I just like this format better. I am not sitting by myself in a random recording session. It is just me doing me, and I love it. So, without further ado, before this cuts me off for some reason, let's get right into it. Cosmic Legions. So, as you know, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we did our first Cosmic Legions live stream. We went through all of the accessories, all the parts, and I have some things to confirm with you guys from the other figures as well. But we are going to be talking about Cosmic Legions again. I'll be doing these throughout the rest of the year when I get new people adding into this collection. We are now, I have two, four, six, and there's 12 figures altogether in wave one. So I am missing the engineer, Olek Thygar, and the Grave Ring, both Sphexians, and Commander Slog. So that's who all I am missing. And I could probably tell you who all we have here today. And so we're going to go through everybody, articulation. I'll show you guys the parts that can be switched, different usage of weapons, different paint jobs of weapons. Obviously, we'll get some size comparisons in. Come here, Iron Man, because you're going to be my one of my comparison scales. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'm very excited for you all to be here. Thank you guys very much for coming in and joining me here today. So, without further ado, let me get my. All right, try that again. That's better. Cool. All right, now I am moving and grooving on my side. Good, good, good. Okay, I was just making sure because I could double check myself and make sure we're going. So let's get into this. So I have uh, two deluxe figures and I have two Legion Builder figures, as they are called. I have no boxes over here. They're all on my display currently. All of these are the deluxe figures are in the standard size boxes along with Legion Builders. They're not in the big boxes like Kragnar, obviously. Olek is the rare one where he is a massive deluxe figure because he comes with a bunch of extra shit. So this is truly what it will be like when you pick up a Cosmic Legion figure that's not $60. Vorga and Ziri are 50 each, and then the Tusk members are 45 each, along with the engineer being 45, and then the Sphexians are 50 each, and the Commander Slog is $120. He's the most expensive because he is the biggest. So we're saving him for last, obviously. All right. Where do we want to start? I want to save my favorite for last. It's going to be weird when you guys see my favorite of the bunch, but I have two favorites of these, and I have two that I enjoy, but there are things that I do not like and how they are functioning. But they're all great figures. That's the main takeaway. And as you guys can see, I have a new chair. I got this from work, and it's in like an actual, like an actual creating chair, and it's nice. I really like it. So let's get into this. So you're going to be starting off with this gentleman. Also, huge shout out to Toy Department. They sell these. These are their figure stands. They're weird. They work for some figures and some figures they don't work with. Their pegs are very interesting. I don't like how short the peg is, but it works. But if you go to Toy Department and you want to pack a 10, it's $8 for 10 of them. So that's where I get everything now. If for my toys is a Toy Department, it's where I get everything. Very often will I order, very, very, very seldomly do I order from online and or from any mass retail unless I find something I'm really looking for. But I will never find these at mass retail, and I don't want to spend the extra money online. And so, Toy Department, da da da. Da. So we're gonna get into Mr. Oh, what is he? He is the Sentry. I have the Sentry, the Science Officer, and then there's the Engineer. So let me get him without anything on him of note here, real quick. Remove that. There we go. Get this head on. Get everything here. Okay. So here is the Tusk Sentry. Here he is. And when you look at him, he is very interesting. And I have to say, there is something about him that is really intriguing. Um, but the other thing for me is that finagle. I haven't taken this off of him yet. This is, there we go. So without the backpack or anything on him, this is the figure by himself. And this guy looks cool, but he's very gray. And the reason for that is that so you can paint him. And to confirm something I found out with Olek and Kragnar, yes, the feet are removable. I believe that's for painting purposes on these ones too. So, and they snap in back just fine. So when we look at, let me go get Olek real quick so we can do like a kind of like a base model comparison with him because this is probably as base as we can get when it comes to bodies. So let me go get Olek real quick, and we will discuss a little further when it comes to part usages and swappage and stuff. Excuse me. Sit. So I'll bring this here, just box over. Not that long of a trip. I have returned. Yay. All right, so let me get everything off of him real quick here. Get him standing straight. So here is Olek, and here is the Sentry. So when you look at the legs, the legs are I think are the same. No, the sculpting is different. The boots are the same, minus the toes. The toes are different, and then the backs of them are the same. With the thrusters are. They do not share the same arm guards. They share the same sculpting on the hands, but the fingers are different. And then obviously the heads are different. See, what I thought you could have done is like replace the shields, but you can't because of the different size of the heads. When you look at the base body, so let me take off that, and he is going to fall apart because this is my Olek Thygar figure. Come on. Eh, come on. Come on. Eh. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So again, when you look at the backs of the figures, they look very similar, and the chests look very similar. So Olek does not look good without his backpack on, I am now realizing. So that's going to go right back on. But I think if you're a Legion collector, this is not unknown that they obviously are going to share parts between the figures. I mean, you would think they would, so it makes sense. Put this neck back on. There we go. And put a shield back on. Now, it's not even an issue anymore now that I know about it. My main critique with Olek was obviously, the torso thing. These guys are on so much tighter that it's not as bothersome as Olek is. So I'll set Olek here, and we'll continue to use him as like a base example for other figures. But here's a Sentry, and he is just gray with this matte yellow here up top. And we'll go over articulation real quick. So the head's on a ball joint. It can look up that far. It can look down that far. You get a little bit of side to side. You get a rotation here at the neck. The neck can pop off. Arms are on a swivel joint, so they can go out that far. They can go in almost all the way. You can do a full 360. You get bicep rotation. You get slightly over or right at 90 degrees there. You get a guard swivel on the arm, wrist rotation, and these hands are on horizontal hinges. Waist is on a ball joint, much like Olek. You can actually clearly see the ball in the back, but it's on a ball. So you get a lot of rotation here. It can crunch forward that far. It can go back that far without, oh no. Jeez. That's crazy. Look at that paint rub. Holy moly. Jeez. Okay. That's interesting. Anywho, let's put this back on. And, there we go. Okay. Legs are on a hinge joint, so they can go out that far. They can kick that far. They can go back that far. You get thigh rotation. You get nice deep knee bend. You get rotation here at the boot. You get rotation here as well as the hinge that goes back and forth, and you get the ankle rocker. So that is the base articulation for him, along with this guy. He's saying hi. Hi. Uh, and yeah, so that's the base figure for the Sentry. When it comes to accessories, that's not his. He gets his backpack, which, peg port system, you drop, but you know where that goes. He also gets the dome bubble, which I will say this right now, of the two figures I currently own when it comes to the dome bubble part of it. Maybe it'll let me do this properly on camera. That does that so much better, and it doesn't feel like it's going to pop off like it did on Olek. So yay! And it sits just fine. I really need the backpack. Where'd the backpack go? Where'd the backpack go? Hmm. Huh. This thing really just disappeared. Hang on, everybody. Let me find this backpack real quick so I explain more things. If you're new here to my live streams, I am all over the place. I always feel like I'm prepared going into these, and then in reality, I am just edging on. So yeah, to get the head back on here. No, Marley, stay. Get up there. That was my dog. Um, over time, he is getting the loose leg syndrome, but it's not too bad. Okay. So then this part, once again, will just clip over. It'll sit in place. Eh, come on. Come on. Come on. It doesn't want to work with me. Come on. Okay. Clearly, it's not going to work for this head. So, you're the neck with the issue. Oh. The neck joint on here is not. There we go. This guy right here is not very attached, so it has a tendency just to take the whole neck and ball. So then here is his unhelmeted head sculpt, which looks awesome. I love the beady eyes. I think they look fantastic. So we'll pop that guy on. And there's your alien head on the body. Add some color. So again, we'll put on the neck guard. Add the bubble. There you go. That looks good. That looks good. He also comes with extra pairs of. He comes with a second pair of hands. These hands are on vertical hinges for gripping weapons. He also comes with our first sniper, cast in all black, with a little hint of sparkle on it. It looks interesting, but there's the rifle. And it is very easy to put the hand around the grip. So it's nice. And then he has lateral trigger finger hands on. He also comes with a standard blaster rifle, which we've seen already with Olek. Put this to the side. He does come with the arm blasters, which you can attach to the sides of the weapons to add a different modification. You can do the same thing on either side of the sniper here. So you can actually, on the sniper, you can go both ways and do both on the sniper. And he does come with the clear pegs to peg everything on and all that kind of fun stuff. And here I can put the gun in his hand. It'll put the trigger finger through. So there he is holding his rifle. And we'll put one of these back here. We'll put one of these on this arm. And then we will get that. And I have the bubble on, but I will not put the bubble back on. But that's how I have him displayed currently on the shelf right now. So that's the engineer. Much like with Olek, when you do the comparison here with Marvel Legends 60th anniversary the Toy Biz anniversary Marvel Legends. He is about the same height. If we take off this, as you can see, since he's hunched over, Iron Man is a little bit taller, but they look good together. Definitely something interesting for sure. So that's the Century. This is probably my least favorite of the bunch, simply because just a lot of gray, but it's a good action figure still, nonetheless. Good action figure. So we'll set him to the side. Next, we'll do my my second my second least favorite figure in this bunch, and that would be like I like all of these guys, but there are definite standouts in this series for sure. Here's Vorga. So here is our giant, weapon of death destruction again, in a different color scheme with turrets on the side, which are still removable. You can still modulate on these as well. And you get a unhelmeted, well, unvisored head sculpt for Vorga, which looks really good. And you get a second pair of hands. You get the backpack. And then what's unique to her is if we remove the backpack here, she uses these ports on her back for these pauldrons. And here is my biggest issue with the figure are these pauldrons, because they don't particularly like to stay in. Like if I try to maneuver them at all, and or plug the backpack, get it situated here so we can actually plug it in. You plug it back in, as you can see, that guy's super loose now. Obviously, he'll stay in place because the backpack's there, but if I take the backpack off, that'll pop off. I wish those secured in a little bit better. Now, she is on a 1.0 female body, so she moves like the other figures. Comparison's sake, um, here's Vorga compared to, if I can get her to stand here. There we go. Stand, you fool. She is definitely top heavy for sure. So let me get. Come on, Olek. Every day I feel like his joints are getting looser and looser. But there's Olek with her, and they look great together. My other big issue is I'll stay at this angle. There is a port right here on the back that this is supposed to connect into, and it's a key slot. So like it stays there, but it comes out pretty easily. And I'll show you guys what she looks like. There we go. So this is what she looks like with the other head on. And again, she looks like an absolute badass. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I think there's just too much going on with her. Articulation's the same as it is on the other one. She has these two side skirt pieces, but it doesn't affect anything. She's still able to maneuver around and stuff. And she still has like the ports on the sides of the backpack to like store her extra accessories, which she does not get. This is everything you get in the box is the figure, the gun, the ammo chain, the extra head, and the two hands, and the pauldrons. So for $50, it's kind of steep. I think this should be around the 45 range because you really don't get a lot with her, but it's a bulk. I think that's really selling on that price. But that's move Olek out of the way. But that's Vorga. Do that. Next, we will do my favorite of the Legion builders, and it makes me want to just get another one of these and not get the engineer because I love this one so much. And it's weird, and we'll get to why it's weird because it's all because of a certain attribute to this character, which is why I like him so much. First off, we're going to remove this so we can actually look at this properly. Look at this beautiful unhelmeted head sculpt. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I love the pink. I love that snouted in nose. That looks so good. I love the green on the eyes. And then now that I actually have him in hand and actually looking at it now, there is a sparkly sheen to the white on this guy. Let me take the weapons off here and let me take the chest piece off so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Ooh, that's not good. There's paint rub coming off on the ball joint. You see the purple on there. That's interesting. I wonder how long that's gonna last. Hmm. But if you guys look at the body, there's like a metallic sheen to it. It looks really good. And then his biggest accent is this deep metallic blue chest piece that just keys in here. And it sticks out like a sore thumb. Like it really sticks out. And so it does get in the way of the belly articulation a little bit. Not in too crazy, but just a little bit. Just enough to make you go, ah, that kind of thing. Um, but I love this head. This is my favorite alien head I have so far of any of all of them. This is my favorite one. I love the way this looks. It looks awesome. So he just comes with this piece. He doesn't come with the bubble. And so it just attaches on like that. And I personally like it. I think it looks good. And also this one connects the best. Like it doesn't, and also his legs are not as loosey goosey as the Sentry's is. And basically what's supposed to happen here is that this is supposed to slide in to this part right here, and that keeps it in place. And it stays, man. Like I can hold it from right here. It doesn't want to move. You really have to force. And then there are two pegs on the bottom that connect in. So like this is the one instance where this works really well. But this is the other reason why I like this figure so much is that head sculpt. That is so cool. And I thought this was blue. That's just how deep the metallic blue is on there. And then you put this on and it just accentuates it more. Whoo! Oh, I am not gonna lie. He is slowly replacing this one, honestly, of the males that I have right now. He is replacing Olek as my favorite figure of the of Wave One when it comes to the male figures. This thing is fantastic. It's so weird because like when you look at Olek here, like he has got everything going on. He's got like the he's got the two different head sculpts. He's got, all the extra paint on him. He's got, all the extra hands, all the extra guns, and he's got the green dial piece, which we'll get to here in a second. We got another one to show off. But I don't know what it is. I really don't. I just really prefer um this one. And it's so weird because it's just a basic looking figure, but it just sticks out so much more to me than he does. And I love Olek. Olek is one of my favorite figures in my collection now. I definitely, it sucks to say it already, but I definitely want to get another Olek Thygar in the armor and see if the legs are any better because his legs are to the point now to where I am really nervous they're gonna pop off. That's how bad it is. Like ball is significantly better than the last time we talked. Like the ball is doing a lot better, but his legs, oh, they are in, as you can clearly see, they are in bad territory. They are just whoo like when you look at them. I know this is about the science officer, but I gotta talk about it. It is so bad, and like he, this is like Masters of the Universe Origins level bad that I'm worried because his legs need to support all the extra plastic here up top. Oh, and that's why I just have this piece on and the butt piece on the bottom because it just there's just too much weight going on on the bottom of his legs, and it's really concerning that the legs aren't going to be worth a damn within another month. So unfortunately, probably next week when I go and pick up Gravering Olek, I'll end up probably picking up another armored version. And much like with Masters of the Universe, this guy will become spare parts for my other Olek. If I like, say his feet get bad, I'll have extra feet, extra hands. I'll have extra everything with him being an extra, just in case figure. It's crazy to buy another $60 figure for that reason, but I have a entire drawer of full half figures from Origins that I just use for spare parts or for customization purposes. So that'll probably be end up what he will be, along with all of his accoutrement, will be extra pieces. I haven't decided yet, but that's my worry right now with my Olek figure. Everybody else is fine. Everybody else, even Vorga, which is crazy to me because minus the pauldron thing, her legs are like they are like stirred, man. She will not move, and I love that. Um, Now when it gets to Sentry guy here, let me see if I can't get this there. Yeah, see, it's really weird. Like certain figures, this works tremendously. Like, but that does not want to stay in at all. And like it just there we go. Well, I say that, but like look at him. He's loosey goosey here in the pelvic area. But this is a good thing too. Like I really like this figure, and I really like this head sculpt more than the actual body itself. And he comes with really good weapons. So again, this could be a case of unpainted things I could use for future figures. Because I think I prefer this Legion builder over this Legion builder. So again, moving forward, I don't know. It might be the case of buying like extra copies of every figure, which is nuts to say. I don't think I'll do that, but like for the figures I'm having the most issues with, like with the Sentry and Olek, honestly, it's just those two. Everybody else is fine, and that might be the case of where they're just extra parts, and that's not a bad thing. But to get to him again, because we really got off topic there for a second. He has my favorite skirt piece, I think, of the bunch, and the fact that the holes are on the actual sides of his hip skirts. So when you plug the guns in, it looks natural. I really wish other uh, honestly, I'm looking at Olek. I really wish Olek had this skirt piece because it's not too long, it's not adding extra weight, and the pistols look a lot better on the side. And then he comes with beautiful silver weapons. So here's the rifle again. So I now have one, two, three of these rifles, which is awesome. Again, extra weaponry is always the best. He comes with this all as usual, and then he comes with uh, vertical trigger finger hands, and horizontal, and then horizontal, and then vertical fists. And then my favorite piece that he comes with, we'll get him in the position here, is he comes with another one of those translucent pieces. And his is this dope looking skull. And it's like he's talking to like his commander or something. I don't know. I think that looks cool. But this is the science officer. And yeah, no, I absolutely I adore this figure. I adore this figure. The paint rubbing off on the ball peg for the neck is a little concerning. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is definitely all new territory for me. Like I'm definitely trying to understand how all of this works, and you know trying to get used to what this line is. It's very different for me, but it looks so cool. He also reminds me of a stormtrooper. I mean, maybe that's why I like him a lot too. I don't know. So this is the other weird thing. I'm bringing back the Centurion because, as you know, you can pull the chest piece off of the science officer off of Olek. I have not been able to fudge around with the chest piece here on the Sentry. I think it's because it's unique to the body, maybe, or maybe you can't take it out. I'm not sure. But that's the science officer. So let's get to my favorite figure in this entire assortment of figures I purchased. Let's bring her over here. We'll get everything situated. Let me remove that and remove that. Remove. Yeah, where is the clasp? There it is. Let's remove all that. Let's get her in a nice stance here. We'll remove that. Here is my favorite figure of the one of these ones that I got. Here is my favorite one. And that would be Miss Zirian Spire, which is the other female in Wave 1 besides the Tusk Engineer. So I am currently missing the Sphexians, the Prison Guard Block Commander. I am missing Olek Thygar, the Grave Ring, the Tusk Engineer, and Commander Slog. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I own 7. So there's actually 12 figures. Is that correct? 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 11. Yeah, it's 11. I was right. No, was I right? Anyway. At any rate, here's Ziri. And this is a body for a female figure. This works so well. And this is a 2.0 body. So she has the upper diaphragm along with the waist joint. So she has multiple points there of bending. Her legs are a little loose, but it's nothing egregious. I can get over it. It works fine. So on her ball joint, you get the neck rotation hinge. You get slightly you get right at 90. I can't talk. You get right at 90 degrees. You get hinge rotation, arm guard, horizontal trigger finger hands. Legs can go forward, they can go back. Thigh rotation, boot rotation, 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. Then feet can go back, they can go forth, and they can go rock side to side, and can be removed for extra. Woo! Good catch, me. And they can also be removed to paint and or modulate or fix. So that's her. Gorgeous figure. They all come with the clear pegs, but they're all in their boxes because I don't want to lose any of them. We'll save that for last. We get 2 pistols with this really nice gold or copper color painted on them. They look awesome. So we get the 2 pistols. We get her sniper rifle, which again has that copper thing to it, along with an actual like painted wood stock at the back. And it also comes with this actual working clasp to put around her shoulder. So her sniper rifle is unique to her. You get an extra pair of trigger finger hands that are also vertical. No, these are vertical, and the ones on her hands are horizontal. You get an extra, you get an extra head, and then you get this reverberator that sits on this head specifically and looks like that. I think it's a little too big, but it's not bad. But my favorite two accessories are this awesome bendy cape with her insignia on the back of it. And it's an actual working thing. Like there is a button here and you just click it in and that's how it stays on the figure. So let me put this on her real quick. And we can show how this looks. Bend that down. Get this situated. Looking like that. And boom. Bend this to the side. And then like there's like a nice bendy wire in here. So you can go like this and, rotate these onto the back if you want. Bring this down and have that look going on if you want. Like you can do whatever you want with that. And then you can, unclasp that. And then clasp that back in. Do it like that. For me, that's what I do. And then I put her pistols in her hands here. Like that. And then I will do this. So with her looking down, she gets this Cossmarium one. It's in pink. That's what Cossmarium looks like, the planet. And you can do that. And boom. I love this figure. She's fantastic. So that's everybody. Vorga, Ziri, and our two Tusk people. We have our first two members of Tusk, and we now have the complete good guy team for this line. And okay, let's get into this. So let me put all the extra accessories while I'm talking that I do not use in my display into their baggie here. So 2 weeks ago, I was on a significant high when it came to these. A significant high. I still am on a high, but not as high as I figured I would continue to be. And Olek, which was at the time for 2 weeks, and things can change obviously very quickly, was my favorite figure of the year, par none. And then I got Kragnar. Kragnar was my favorite figure of the year. It's just rotating between everybody. And I want to find like that figure in this line. And for the time being, for me, it is between the Science Officer and Ziri. I really want to get the Grave Ring version of Olek and see if whether or not that figure has a difference in my opinion getting into him, because he does not have all of this encumbering armor on him. And if his legs are better, I can literally just switch out the legs, switch out the feet, put them into the other one, and bada bing, bada boom, that fixes the issue. And so then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about getting a second Olek figure. And I don't want to get a second Olek figure besides the Grave Ring one, because I already spent the money and I love this guy. But that is just, that's really bad. That's really bad. And I know people are saying in the comments probably of this video, when comments pop up and like, well, you can just use nail polish and polish the ball joint and it'll be more stiffer. That is completely true. That does not fix his legs. That fixes the ball peg, obviously, and where his midsection won't detach that fast, and that's completely true. But the nature stays. His and Sentry's legs are shit. They suck. They are way too loose, and I wish they were ball joints. I wish the majority of these figures, like on her here, they're all hinge on the legs and stuff. I really wish the legs in particular of everything and like the actual like the midsection were all on ball joints because it would make things so much easier to fix. Whereas with a hinge joint, let alone a plastic hinge joint, that can wear out very quickly. I mean, needless to say, it just, this one leg here is loosey goosey, one leg is super tight. So it's like, I don't know. My issues with figures have always been the legs because I want them to stand properly on the shelf. And he is not going to do that with those legs. And again, I love these stands. These stands are really good. But if the figure's too heavy, then the stand doesn't work because you're going off of the weight of the figure. And now that I got the base, one of these on Kragnar's feet, he hasn't moved. Like that figure is stable. I'm very happy about that. But like, if I plug this in to, if it'll plug in, there we go. If I plug this into Olek's foot, get his legs as situated as they can be, and it's also his his ankles have also gotten significantly looser. I just look at that. I just that's for how much this stop bowing. For how much this is, that's not good. And it's a real bummer. And I really, really want to continue to give this line the chance I'm giving it. Obviously, I am six figures deep into it. And so, you know, without any hyperbole really, like I'm in the thick of the line now. Like I am either all in right now or I pack everybody up and I take them back to the toy department and I start again. I don't want to do that. I love this line to death. To death. This is one of my favorite new lines to collect. There is no hyperbole for me in that statement. These figures really are, from an aesthetic standpoint, pieces of art. They really are. They all are. Even the ones I don't have, they look fantastic. I'm so worried about those Fexians though, because now we're getting into like the ball joints in the stomach with the extra arms. Those heads look like they weigh a ton. And then with Slog is, from what I understand from watching the toy, what's that guy's channel called? So that way I can make sure that I am shouting it out correctly. It's all the way down here at the bottom. Not Toy Guy. Toy Bro. From watching Toy Bros reviews, like it's not uncommon for Legion figures to have loose parts. That's just not uncommon. And you know, his reviews got me more impressed with the rest of the figures. And I appreciate it because it gave me a new line to collect. And I also want to thank the guy at Toy Department, which I didn't see the last time I was there, for getting me into this line too, because it's so different from Masters and Transformers. Like I know what I'm getting into now with Masters. Back in a couple like a year ago, I was still finding things out. Transformers, I know like the back of my hand. I know what characters I want, who version of what version I want. This is all new, and so I want this to continue to do well. And I love every figure I own, but those legs, man. And I know Four Horsemen mainly goes for sculpt and detail. These are mini statues that have very impressive articulation. If these were just static statues and poses, I'd still buy them because I love the detail, the paint, and the sculpt. But their legs, particularly Olek, and the Sentry, are about as loose as you can get. And it really does not make me want to get another figure until I can, or buy another one unless I can get it out of the package and check the legs. And I know I can't do that because these are sealed brand new over at Toy Department. I can't ask the, hey, before I buy this figure, can I open it up and check the legs before I take them home? Because I've had issues with the legs. I can't do that. If it was pre-owned, I could take it out of the baggie or out of the plastic thing they have, the clamshell, and test it before I take it home. I do that with every Transformer now. I take them out of there and I maneuver ball joints and transformation joints just to make sure that the figure is going to be good. And it's tricky. I definitely want to get into a community on Facebook and talk with people and like say, hey, is this an issue on everybody's figures or is this just a me situation? Um, I really want to get into there. I think of everybody. I can deal with the Sentry. I can deal with it. I want to get another Olek just to see if it's any difference. And then unfortunately, I got a dud of a legs on a figure with mine. I know the ball joint thing. That's in everything he talked about on his review with his Olek, and that there's just too much junk on the bottom half of the figure. But that's everybody with a little bit of an issue. Still love them. This is still my favorite new toy line of the year. Transformers is my returning toy line of the year, and Masters is my favorite toy line of the year still. Um, we'll see how that ends up by December. Next week I am pre-ordering Snake Mountain. So we will go from there and see if Snake Mountain can really push Masters forward as my favorite line in general. I think Snake Mountain will be the big one to decide whether or not Masters is done after I get that playset. So we'll talk about that when we get back to my Gray Skull series, because that's when the next one will be, is when Snake Mountain gets here and extra figures, obviously. Um, these are mini hauls from my excursions at Toy Department. I I'm liking doing these. These are fun. These are a good way to get my figure stuff out of the way and just enjoy the figures in hand and talk about them with you guys. But that's my thoughts on the second round of Cosmic Legions in my collection. Stick around for the Sphexians and Olek Thygar Grave Ring Edition. We'll talk about all of them, their issues, their quirks, and why I love them so much when I get them. But thank you guys very much for watching. Like, rate, subscribe, hit that button. Let me know what you thought of everything down in the comment section below. As always, make sure to check out my brother's channels. Jacob Plays, Jacob is Here, and Jacob's Book Corner. Make sure to check out our group channel, Weekend Movie Bros. We post two podcasts a month, and we do commentaries throughout the month. And we will see you guys over there. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye, all. Da, 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 da.